Welcome to the special coverage on Nile TV International. I'm Lubna Yahya, bringing to you the latest updates and insights on the Iranian war. And we are going to be having with us Mr. Nabil Mikhael, the expert of international relations. Good morning to you, sir. You are in Washington right now, I believe.
Yes, I'm in the nation's capital. Good morning to all of you. And I wish all of you a happy Eid al-Fitr as it approaches.
Thank you, sir. Happy Eid to you, too. Mr. Nabil, we'd like to know the latest updates and insights on the Iranian war as we move forward with the current updates.
To have a focus and just to make things more clear and more distinguished, I think what transpired today, and that also will be happening in the next few hours, are two things. President Trump's call on the United States NATO allies to contribute to a naval fleet or one common force to end the blockade of the Strait of Hormuz. The second is actually kind of a disturbing news for me and for many, which is President Trump's announcement that he may delay his summit meeting with the President of China, Xi, in Beijing, that was scheduled for March 31st, I think. That's not good news for one simple reason. The United States needs to talk to China to fix the world economy and to end the Iran crisis. And actually, one more thing, and I think it was quoted or announced just now by the New York Times. It has to do with the fact that there are some secret talks or some leaks that the United States wants the current president of Cuba to move away, to leave. That raises the question, is the United States going to take a military action against Cuba to remove the president, or that will be done by the Cubans themselves? These are what's today.
Yes, sir. Now with the war being in its 17th day and we're moving forward to a whole month of a war now, almost, how could the current escalation with no diplomacy on the table, the United States wants to make Iran completely surrender? How is that actually going to happen with Iran absolutely also rejecting this, and there is no room for diplomacy in the negotiating table anymore?
I agree with you that there is no meeting point between the two sides. So basically, anyone would predict that the air campaign will continue, especially on the part of the Israelis. But as whether Trump will be focusing more on the opening of the Strait of Hormuz, that's a good question, because he's now very angry at America's allies. But is he going to do it by himself alone? Is it going to be a solo dance? So the question now is whether really Trump wants to reopen the Strait of Hormuz or hit Iran. I think he will not be able to do them at the same time.
Could Iran be using actually economic pressure by turning the Strait of Hormuz in a state of total chaos and disruption to the global trade? Is Iran actually trying to pressure other countries, for example, with Asia being the Asian countries being the mostly affected with the Strait of Hormuz being shut down? Is Iran trying to play the card of disrupting the trade and the oil trade specifically in the Strait of Hormuz so that these countries would pressure the United States and Israel to cease fire?
I will not actually subscribe to such a scenario because it is too complicated. I think it could be much more straightforward than this. Trump actually does not want a big battle over the Strait of Hormuz. He just wants to end the blockade. And China, of course, has a big stake in the reopening of the blockade of the Strait of Hormuz. And what was said about a military action is that the United States will send its Navy and the boats, the American military ships, will be escorting the giant oil tankers. That's what has been written. But I do not think that Iran has too many options, especially the military means, to really sway over other nations, and that they will be kind of rushing to ask America to end the war. I do not think that this is a workable scenario. There could be other options, but not this one.
But sir, do you think that the United States has cornered its very own self in this war? Because President Donald Trump, in the very beginning, he was confident that this is a walk in the park. He could just get in this war and it would end in 12 days, all up to April. But it seems that it's only escalating in a very darker escalation. Did the United States actually corner itself in a war that it cannot really end on its own because Iran is a fierce opponent?
This is actually what the New York Times has been saying for a week, that the of miscalculation on the part of President Trump and his team of advisors in going to war against Iran. They estimated the whole operation in terms of its length, outcome, and also durability. And you can see also, if you do the internet search, many of these complaints registered by members of the House and the Senate, especially the Democrats. Just Senator Chris Murphy, Democratic of Connecticut, is saying that Trump is not controlling the war. That's really a major indictment. So we'll see whether Trump will listen to them or not, because Trump also had to support his campaign against Iran. The big obstacle is also found in the figure of Netanyahu. He's a very major obstacle since really he wants the destruction of Iran. So I hope that Trump will proceed in his summit meeting plans with the president of China, that he will find a solution, a non-military solution to end the blockade of the Strait of Hormuz, and just make a decision to finalize the war. There is no need for any continuation except the destruction of Iran at that time, and that can be a geopolitical catastrophe.
But Iran would not possibly be destructed this easily. It's a nation of 90 million citizens with a very stubborn leadership, I would say. So how might this conflict actually reshape the regional alliance and the geopolitical dynamics as it goes on?
It actually can produce different outcomes. One of them could be continuing American unilateral action. Just the United States has the military means to do it, so they will continue doing it. The opposite could happen, that the situation inside Iran is so dire, so that would invite some sort of a multilateral solution. That could be found in China, in Britain. Britain has made some noise recently about its plans to intervene in Iran, but no concrete action. So it depends on who will be responsive to Trump's plea. So far, he has been frustrated by the lack of any evidence of a strong cooperation on the part of many people whom he wishes to be partners of America in the battle against Iran.
Yes, Mr. Mikhael. Basically, Europe has also been pressured into being part of this war. As you know, President Donald Trump recently has told the European Union countries to defend the Strait of Hormuz. He's pressuring them into being part of a war that they also didn't ask for, and they don't even understand what the objectives of it are. So I don't believe anyone has any idea the objectives of this war are. Have we reached any kind of sense in this regard?
I mean, basically, America wanted to trim the power of Iran, to trim the Iranian military power, and I think that has been achieved. So I think now it's time to sit down in the war. It's very much disruptive to the world economy, to the Egyptian economy, to the American economy. The cost for 1 week was $11 billion. That's too much. Let us just stop the war.
Well, sir, on a domestic level, how can Egypt, in your opinion, leverage this current conflict with making sure the relations with both Arab countries and international powers, and that is to encourage its political and diplomatic solutions for the crisis?
The change may come first from the United States. People just will say no logic in the continuation of the war. The war has achieved its goals. Trump is feeling the domestic implications. of the war that he may lose and the Democrats may win. So that perhaps could be the motive for Trump to change his plans, and I hope that he will do it.
Yes. Mr. Nabil Mikhael, it was an honor having you with us on Nile TV International. We had the pleasure to talk with Mr. Nabil Mikhael, the international relations expert from Washington. Thank you very much, sir, for your insights on the latest updates on the Iranian war. Stay tuned for more, ladies and gentlemen.